Yo, what's up guys, Surgical Goblin here and welcome to this new episode. In today's video, I'll actually do something different guys, kind of new, at least for my channel, not necessarily for other like CR YouTube channels, because for example Clash Royale does this basically in all his videos where he goes over the replays of other top players. But yeah, I asked Ash if it's okay if I do this type of video as well. He said that he would love to see me do the same type of content, so before you guys start commenting, yeah, I don't know what you guys would say, but anyways. So in today's video, I will actually go over the replays of basically one of the best, if not the best 2.9 player in the world. Actually, at the time being, when he joined the clan and shared the replays, he was number 1. I'll quickly show you guys a screenshot popping up in the screen, yeah, any second right now, that he was number 1 with the same trophies. As you guys see, 7,356. And last season, he actually finished number 7 in the world. So he's definitely, as said, if not the best, one of the best 2.9 players in the world for sure. So in today's video, he actually shared 4 replays for us to go over with. We'll begin with a Golem replay. The second one will be kind of like a mirror match, not necessarily a mirror match, but will actually be an Expo versus Expo. The other Expo being like Tesla, Rocket, Ice Wizard, I believe Valkyrie as well. The third one will be against Pompeo, so obviously like the balloon deck from Pompeo with like Inferno Dragon, Mega Minion, Miner. And then the last one will be an interesting Elixir Golem, yeah, Rocket deck with I believe Magic Archer, Night Witch. But anyways, let's actually start off with the Golem deck, which will actually probably be the most interesting replay from all 4 of them, because obviously Golem, in this case Terry I believe has Rocket or Lightning, not sure whatever he brings, but this version with Executioner Cage usually has either Lightning or Rocket. So it will be definitely really interesting to see Lemontree deal with this type of matchups. And in general, like, yeah, see if we can see anything like specific what he does, like for example defending or cycling wise. Obviously this time, like the first time me, yeah, kind of commentating over the replay. So hopefully I will just, yeah, do a good job. Of course, like in my other videos when I try to play, commentate and focus at the same time, like it's pretty difficult. Always I, for example, repeat like many words, like actually stuff like that. But anyways guys, looks like he, yeah, sets up his Expo quite aggressively in single elixir. So it looks like he will just try to, not necessarily bait out the Golem, but just try to outcycle him here. Pretty good fireball, looks like he actually does take it. Will be able to hit the Night Witch, the Baby Dragon, the Golemites. A really nice Skeletons placement over there to be able to distract the Expo a little bit longer. Pretty sure he will actually go with the Expo, even though it's really difficult because, for example, now in this case, he outcycled his Golem. But then he still has, in this case, or Rocket or Lightning, which in this case will actually be Lightning. So as you guys see, Barbell going down, Lightning going down, so the Expo will not connect. He actually did try to defend it with the Ice Golem and the Lock, but he wasn't able to yeah, get any connection, and only 30 seconds left until double elixir. So I think it will be pretty interesting to see how Lemontree will be able to deal with this, just because in double elixir, obviously Golem, yeah, being stronger in double elixir, just because they have more elixir to deal with, like they will be able to make a stronger push. So it looks like he sets up his cage. Looks like Lemontree will just, yeah, continue cycling. Actually, putting a defensive Expo, or excuse me, defensive Tesla. So that's interesting. If I would be, yeah, I was about to say, if I would be Sterry, I would actually try to push into it. But looks like Lemontree actually goes opposite lane with the Expo right away as soon as he drops the Night Witch. So it looks like the Expo will be able to connect, obviously, after the cage going down. The Expo will retarget onto the tower, so Fireball Lock going down on defense. Ice Spirit as well, a little bit late, but the Expo was able to bring down the tower to 1800 HP. Sterry going with a Golem into the left side lane. Let's see if Lemontree actually, okay, I was about to say, let's see if Lemontree actually decides to go with the Expo in the opposite lane, or just focus on defense. So it looks like he actually sets up an Expo defensive rather than the defensive Tesla. Looks like he goes with a Sterry, in this case goes with a Lightning. Defensive Tesla going down for the Golem. Ice Golem, Ice Spirit to be able to protect the archers, and perfect defense so far from Lemontree. Expo will be able to lock onto the Night Witch, allowing the Expo and the allowing the Fireball to be able to kill it. Ice Golem def damage actually killed the bats, and wow, that was super amazing defense on Lemontree's part. Looks like again he goes with a defensive Expo, so rather than pressuring the other lane with Expo, which I actually see quite a lot of Expo players do, like if for example in this case Terry goes with the Golem in the other lane, I actually see quite a lot of people go with a defensive Expo, or excuse me, an offensive Expo rather than a defensive Expo, like switching lanes all the times. But looks like Lemontree decides to just go defensive. Looks like he has a really nice Tesla pulling down the Golem. Does need to watch out, but as you guys see, perfect Ice Golem placement, perfect Ice Spirit placement. Ice Spirit will be able to hit everything over there. Skeletons to be able to surround it, as you guys see, Skeletons to be able to surround it. And looks like another Golem coming. So again, a defensive Expo. He decides to, yeah, just focus on defense, not going offensive anymore. I guess until, for example, he both used the Golem and the Lightning. And then if he, for example, overcommit. So perfect Ice Golem kite. to be able to obviously kite the Night Witch. Looks like Tesla to be able to pull up the Golem. Fireball on defense, being able to kill the Golemites and the Baby Dragon. So again, perfect defense. Oh, looks like the Executioner is able to get a hit. We'll be able to bring it down to 1077 HP. So I'm not sure. Okay, I was about to say I'm not sure how he even won this. But looks like he actually goes with an X-Bow on offense on the other lane. Night Witch going down behind it. Looks like he sets up his archers. So honestly, I'm not sure how he won this, guys. Let's see what he does to be able to win it. Tesla in the middle, pulling the Golem. Skeletons to be able to help DPS the Golem down. Look on defense, archers on defense. Right now he already has another Golem in cycle. Also enough elixir to be able to go with it, even if he goes with his X-Bow. So let's see what Lemontree does. Looks like again another X-Bow, again another Golem in the middle to be able to go on offense. Defensive X-Bow right now, high Tesla, so that's interesting. Ice Spirit to be able to freeze everything there. The Golem and the Night Witch, the Look will be able to push back the Golem. We'll be able to push back the Night Witch. X-Bow actually getting quite a lot of value over here. Ice Golem going down to be able to kill the bats, to be able to distract the Baby Dragon, and I'm pretty sure he will go with Skeletons, or no, looks like he actually goes with X-Bow this time, tanking for the Baby Dragon. So high Executioner, nice Fireball over there. That was actually a perfect time Fireball. Wow, that was an amazing Fireball, guys. Skeletons look to be able to protect the X-Bow, as you guys see. X-Bow is able to connect to the tower. We'll be able to bring down the tower down to 423 HP. I'm not sure if that's Lock Fireball, but it's definitely 2 Fireballs. Or yeah, as you guys see, it's not Lock Fireball yet. That will be around, I think, like 7 HP, 8 HP. Yeah, 8 HP, as you guys see. So 8 HP, but as you guys see, this deck obviously cycles so quick. We'll be able to just fireball the tower. So that was actually a really close matchup. Super hard counter on Terra's part. Obviously having like Golem, Barbell, Lightning. But that one fireball was amazing, guys. Hitting the Executioner, hitting the Cage. At the same time, the X-Bow managed to lock onto the tower, bringing it down into spell cycle range. So wow, that was actually a crazy replay to start off the episode with. Anyways, let's hop into the second match. So second match, as I said, will be not necessarily a mirror match, but will be X-Bow versus X-Bow. So it will be interesting to see how he deals with this. Obviously him, cycling super quick. I think he will actually try to outcycle him quite often. So looks like the opponent starts with Look. Looks like Lemontree also will just, go with a Look. Also, guys, by the way, quickly asking you guys, what would you like to see in the future as well? Like what type of deck, what type of player? Not sure what players are high right now, but maybe you guys have a specific player which you really want to see onto the channel, like joining a clan. And sharing some replays which I can go over with, which I can go over in a video. Like for example, I don't know, maybe a Golem player, maybe, I don't know, let me know in the comment section down below if there's any specific player you guys would like to see come onto the channel and do a similar type of video like this one I'm doing right now for Lemontree. And also, guys, I'll actually include Lemontree's Twitter and a YouTube. He actually also created a YouTube channel recently, so feel free to check that out. So it looks like the opponent actually goes with the X-Bow Tesla. Aggressive at the bridge, so he only has 3 elixir. Lemontree basically just cycling Ice Golem on defense, Skeletons, and then he just decided to cycle back to his X-Bow. Ice Spirit on the right to be able to tank a little bit for the X-Bow. Look to be able to chip away at the tower and also hit the Valkyrie. Push away the Valkyrie actually towards the tower, but looks like, I was about to say, he does need to block that. If not, we'll be able to get 1 or 2 swings on the tower. So Ice Golem will go down to be able to protect the tower from the Valkyrie. So that was an interesting defense. Looks like the opponent actually predicted him to go with a Tesla offensive, like not necessarily offensive, but like high at the bridge to be able to snipe away the X-Bow. But rather than going for the high Tesla, he decided to just go with the Ice Golem on defense, Skeletons on defense, and then set up another X-Bow defensive. So wow, that was actually interesting. I'm not sure if that was a prediction rocket, but that rocket actually went down pretty quick. Even though the rocket of course is like a 6-for-6 trade, the X-Bow was still able to get a ton of damage. So as you guys see, X-Bow still being able to bring down the right side tower down to 2776 HP. Excuse me. So it looks like he actually does go with a Tesla with a, not necessarily a prediction, but like a really quick lock over there on the left side to be able to get the Tesla locked onto the X-Bow. We'll be able to completely counter that. Skeletons to be able to pull away the Valkyrie out of the Tesla range. And wow, that was crazy, guys. As you guys see, I'm not sure if you guys saw that. If not, rewind a little bit, but he actually put the Skeletons really high left in the top corner. This way the X-Bow was actually able to lock onto the tower. Really nice fireball Tesla over there to be able to again get the Tesla to be able to counter the X-Bow. And wow, he's playing this perfect so far, guys. His own towers are barely touched, and his right side tower of the opponent is actually down to 1104 HP. Looks like he actually sets up an X-Bow defensive, so I'm not sure if that's necessarily like a bait X-Bow or just in case the opponent actually went with offensive X-Bow. But anyways, looks like he just starts cycling locks, Pretty sure right now he would just start cycling, yeah, as I said, locks and maybe even fireballs. Another defensive expo. So as you see, he only, not sure if he only Tesla's offensive when he doesn't have a Valkyrie, but looks like he only Tesla's offensive when he has a Valkyrie. Even if he has an Ice Wizard, he knows that, for example, with a Fireball, he will be able to easily counter that. So again, he cycled another Ice Golem. Defensive expo getting a ton of value, and I'm not sure if he will go for the Fireball cycle right now. Yeah, I was about to say, looks like he will be able to go for the Fireball cycle. So obviously Fireball, he does still need 2 Fireballs. Looks like he actually goes with an offensive expo right away, knowing that the opponent just spent basically all his elixir, so he doesn't really have any counters right now for the X-Bow. And as you guys see, archers to be able to kill the Ice Wizard. X-Bow actually does lock onto the tower, so that was actually really interesting. He went with a Fireball offensive, basically not necessarily forcing his opponent to go all in, but his opponent actually spent all his elixir there. Like, he went with a Valkyrie cycling to his X-Bow, he went with an X-Bow offensive, but then rather than like fully defending his X-Bow, he just went with, I think, like skeletons on defense, set up a defensive X-Bow, Ice Golem on defense to be able to tank, and then archers on offense to be able to kill the Ice Wizard, knowing that he doesn't have, yeah, Valkyrie in cycle, and I think he also didn't have Tesla in cycle, or he didn't have enough elixir for Tesla, but that was so well played, guys. Actually, yeah, crazy gameplay. Looks like Battle Healer, new card. We revealed a new card coming to Clash Royale in Season 6, the only card able to deal and heal damage. Wow, that's actually really interesting, guys. Let me know if you guys would like to see a video of me, for example, going over the card, like give my opinion and stuff like that. But anyways, let's hop into the third match. So the third match, of course, being against Pompeo, as I said before, yeah, we'll be able to, or we'll, of course, beat the balloon deck, as said, with Mega Minion, Inferno Dragon, Miner, Cage, Fireball, Zap, and then Ice Golem. So starting hand being Ice Spirit, Lock, Fireball, and then Skeleton. So looks like he just started off with Skeletons, Ice Spirit, obviously knowing that he does play against the, yeah, balloon deck of Pompeo. Like, if you see Pompeo's name, you basically know right away that he is up against Balloon. So it looks like he sets up a defensive Tesla. Tesla will be able to get quite a lot of value here. We'll first be able to kill the Mega Minion. Afterwards, should be able to kill the Inferno Dragon if it gets to... Okay, looks like it's not enraged. Looks like he actually goes with Balloon in the opposite lane. Interesting Expo over there to be able to pull everything. Nice Fireball on Pompeo's part. We'll actually be able to kill everything, allowing the balloon to come to the tower. So I was about to say, maybe with a Zap on Pompeo's part, he would be able to get a hit. But looks like he didn't decide to Zap, just because Lemontree actually went with the Ice Spirit. So a really good start so far from Pompeo, to be honest. He's getting a lot of damage. Brings down the tower on the right side down to 2,803 HP. So what was actually interesting there, Pompeo actually decided to go with a balloon in the other lane. Forcing Lemontree to go with an offensive Expo, so or not necessarily offensive Expo, it was kind of like a defensive and offensive Expo at the same time. He actually dropped it in the middle all the way at the top, pulling the balloon into the Tesla range, and then of course also went with archers to be able to DPS it down. So it looks like Pompeo actually going for the other lane with an Ice Golem, with Inferno Dragon, and with a balloon. So the archers will go down. Pretty sure he will also go, yeah, I was about to say, pretty sure he will also go with an Ice Spirit. Miner went down as well to be able to get some chip damage. So yeah, pretty solid defense on Pompeo's part so far. Both towers are down to 2,800. But Lemontree basically just cycling. I think in double elixir is actually where he kind of wins this matchup, just because he's able to set up more, I think, archers, like cycle archers quicker, but also out-cycle his, in this case, like Pompeo's counters. So interesting Tesla. Looks like he's doing the same thing with the Tesla. Looks like he actually sets it up defensive. Expo offensive again. Quickly goes with the Ice Golem to be able to block the Inferno Dragon. Skeletons as well on defense. Looks like Pompeo does actually go with a Fireball. Misses one of the archers. So the one archer will actually be able to kill the Inferno Dragon. But by the time, yeah, I was about to say, by the time the Inferno Dragon dies, the Expo did already go down. So another Tesla on defense. I'm not sure if he will actually go with another Expo offensive, but switching lanes this time, I think he will. No, looks like he actually decides to just reset. He actually decides to just go with the Ice Golem on defense, splits the archers. Pretty sure, I was about to say, pretty sure he will just split Skeletons, Ice Spirit. Definitely go for another Tesla. So as you guys see, he has 2 Teslas right now. Sets up another Expo, or not necessarily another Expo, but sets up an Expo in the other lane. Archers going down to be able to defend the Expo. And as you guys see, he has 4 archers on the field. Well, right now 2 archers on the field. 2 of them died to the death damage from the balloon. Expo will not be able to connect to the tower because Pompeo went with the Ice Golem to tank with. Brawler going down to the Expo, pretty sure he might actually end up logging. No, looks like he would just go with the Ice Golem to be able to protect it. As you guys see, perfect timing on the Ice Golem to be able to allow the Mega Minion to get into tower range. Archer to be able to protect the Miner. And as you guys see, Expo is able to lock onto the tower again. We'll be able to bring down the tower to 2,000 HP. Another high Tesla to be able to, well, not necessarily defend anything, but just to be able to set it up. nice fireball on Pompeo's part. We'll actually be able to kill all of the archers. Archers on def, or we'll actually be able to kill all of the Teslas. Archer on defense to be able to defend the miner, but looks like with the zap on Pompeo's part, we'll be able to defend that. Nice Ice Golem kite to be able to pull everything. Tesla to be able to pull the balloon. Might actually end up going with a fireball on defense, but no, looks like it's not necessary. Both towers will be able to get one hit onto the balloon, and the balloon will actually end up going down. So perfect defense on both players' part so far. Of course, getting one really good Expo connection did actually end up getting the tower down to 1616 HP. So again, just a cage on defense, Inferno Dragon on defense, Lemontree just cycling again like with the Expo defensive, Tesla or Skeleton cycling, Archer splitting, Tesla will be going down for the balloon, Fireball as well to be able to hit everything. I was about to say maybe the Fireball actually pushed the balloon towards the tower, but looks like it actually didn't. We'll be able to fully counter that. Tesla does go down, but I think right now if I would be Lemontree, I think I might just continue doing this, like continue cycling, and then maybe yeah, win on the damage, and I think that's exactly what he's doing. He's going with the Ice Golem on defense again. Archer splitting, Expo on defense to be able to snipe that cage. We'll be able to help kill the Ice Golem. We'll be able to help kill the Brawler. Tesla, of course, to be able to pull the balloon. Archer also doing pretty good yeah, work. Nice fireball there. We'll be able to actually protect the Tesla. And that was actually a pretty interesting cage on Pompeo's part. I think that was actually to counter an Ice Golem with archers. Ooh, that will actually hurt a lot, guys. As you guys see, Lemontree actually has 10 elixir right now. Pompeo went with a prediction Inferno Dragon, and I'm pretty sure he'll actually go with an offensive Expo. As you guys see, there's the offensive Expo. Looks like he does go with a fireball. Looks like he has the miner ready, so miner will be going into the Expo. Zep ready as well. Looks like the miner actually went to the Tesla, and I'm pretty sure this Expo will actually end up connecting. Looks like Pompeo does have the Zep ready. We'll actually zap the Expo to be able to retarget it, but look at the elixir, guys. I'm pretty sure Lemontree will just yeah, continue pressuring, continue cycling, but I think Pompeo might actually, yeah, I was about to say, well, he will actually go with a prediction balloon. Balloon to be able to go to the Expo, and I think that's a big mistake, his miner actually going to the other lane rather than the Expo to be able to, of course, tank the Expo, but also damage the Expo, and as you guys see, the Expo will be able to look onto the tower, but wow, this is actually such a close match, guys. Pompeo's tower at 1312 HP. Looks like he pressures with another Expo. Looks like he's keeping out the pressure. Pretty sure he will, I was about to say, pretty sure he will go with Archer's Height to be able to kill the Ice Golem. Expo is able to look onto the tower, and that will do it, guys. He doesn't have Zap to be able to retarget it. As you guys see, he tries to fireball the tower, but he knows it's over. Fireball will be able to take down his tower. So wow, such a close game, guys. Such an yeah, crazy matches so far. To be honest, all of the matches have been really crazy, except for the second one that was pretty dominant, like against the other Expo player. But the first one, of course, being against the Golem player, and then the third one against Pompeo. Like yeah, both those matches were crazy, and we're not done yet. We still have one replay, guys. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the episode so far. Let me know if you guys would like to see anything different in these type of videos. Maybe you guys would like to yeah, for example, make me, like, for example, point out specific things. Maybe try to get, for example, the other player, like, on voice, like, explaining their plays. Obviously, like, I can't really know what they're thinking. Like, at the same time, I can kind of, like, guess, like, what they, like, their plays, like, why they do them. But obviously, some players, like, yeah, have specific reason behind it, which I don't really know. So it looks like Lemontree is leaking. Not sure if that's on purpose, but it looks like, yeah, I guess it was on purpose just because the Ice Golem will be able to, tank for the Night Witch. Looks like he sets up a defensive Tesla. Pretty sure he will just fireball the Magic Archer. No, looks like he actually decides to not fireball the Magic Archer, so that's interesting. I think he will just go with Skellies and an Ice Spirit. Nice Ice Spirit over here to be able to distract the Magic Archer. He just decides to go with an Expo in the other lane. Looks like the opponent actually goes with his E-Golem. Looks like he goes with his Executioner behind it. So Archer's Tesla still getting a lot of value. Looks like he goes with a look. A little bit of a bad look. He actually missed, I think, 2 of them. Of the elixir blobs and also the E-Golem, or the Executioner, excuse me. But looks like he decides to cycle back to a new Ice Golem. Looks like he goes aggressive right away with the Expo. I think he only had 6 elixir when he actually placed down the Expo, so that was actually interesting. He decided to outcycle the elixir golem, but then he just still went with the Expo, even though he didn't know, or he knew he didn't have any elixir to be able to protect it. But I guess it was just to not necessarily bait out the rocket, but kind of like force out the rocket from the opponent. So right now they're, yeah, about even on elixir. Lemontree up 1 elixir. He will just cycle Ice Spirit. Pretty sure he will just cycle, yeah, back to, not necessarily back to his Expo, but just back to a solid defense. As you guys see, defensive Tesla again. Not sure if Faisal, okay, I was about to say, not sure if Faisal will actually go in again. Looks like he actually goes with the elixir column, so I'm pretty sure if Lemontree defends this well, he will actually be able to get a really nice counter push, knowing that the elixir column gives 4 elixirs. So as you guys see, Archers on defense on the side, Ice Spirit to be able to freeze everything, and there will definitely be an Expo coming, as you see. Expo will go down, Skeletons and Rocket will be able to go down again, but then of course, Lemontree does cycle so quick, and as you guys see, the elixir difference is crazy right now. Another Tesla on defense, so he is playing this really defensive. Not sure if he will try to outcycle the Rocket. Looks like he just cycles low. Looks like he's, yeah, definitely playing this super defensive, guys. He's just trying to get chip damage. Not sure if he will actually play. No, I was about to say, not sure if he will actually play for the drop. It looks like he does go aggressive on the other lane with the Expo Executioner coming down. Fireball on the Executioner, so that will be interesting to see that interaction. So with the Fireball and, for example, Ice Spirit on Skeletons, you will be able to keep the Expo pretty healthy. So another Elixir Golem going down. I think this will actually be a pretty good defense on Lemontree's part, because he has so much Elixir to work with. Looks like he goes with a Tornado look to be able to kill the archers, but I think that won't really matter just because the Tesla is getting so much value. Another Tesla went down. Expo going down again. Pretty sure he would just go, yeah, I was about to say pretty sure he would just go with Skeletons and Rook Up, but looks like he actually goes with his Elixir Golem right now. Archer going down as well. Pretty sure Lemontree would... Okay, looks like he's actually almost never fireballing the Archer. Instead, he decided to go with a Night Witch. Looks like it's actually a much better decision. Just because the Archer on the right side, he doesn't really care about the right side tower anyways. Expo is able to connect onto the tower because of the Fireball. Looks like Rocket is going down. Looks like he's forced to use the Tornado. And look at the amount of Elixir right now, guys. Also, a thing I noticed about Lemontree, he doesn't really not necessarily overcommit, but in this case, he already has so much damage. He doesn't really always go with Teslas at the bridge. He much rather place his Tesla in the middle, like always defensive, and then go with Expo's offensive. Like other Expo players, which I see what they do, is they always set up, not necessarily always, but they often set up Teslas like at the bridge. But it looks like Lemontree, I guess it's because the opponent has a Rocket, but Lemontree actually always puts his Teslas in the middle, or basically always. I never really saw him put a Tesla in the bridge in any of these replays. Maybe I'm wrong, but I actually didn't really notice it. Interesting Rocket on the opponent's part to be able to kill the Expo, but I'm pretty sure this will be, yeah, close to a good game. A lot of Elixir on Lemontree's part. Another Tesla in defense, like in the middle. So as I said, I almost never see Lemontree place Teslas high, like next to the Expo, which I do see a lot of Expo players do. So it looks like he does go for the Fireball on the Night Witch, and basically good game, guys. As you see, his tower is at 2,568 HP. His other tower is basically at 3k, and as you see, the Expo was able to look onto the tower. So that will do it for today's video, guys. There was actually some really nice replays, really nice gameplay. As I said it before, I will include Lemontree's Twitter and his YouTube channel in the description down below, so feel free to check him out, guys. Big shout out to Lemontree for, of course, joining the clan, sharing some replays, and just being a super nice guy. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Let me know if you guys would like to see more of these type of videos. Let me know who you would like to see next, like what type of player or what type of deck, and I will try my best to find the best player possible with that deck. So anyways, this will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys could learn something from it. Personally, I enjoyed it a lot to record this type of video, so hopefully there will be more of these type of content in the future. But this will do it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to smack the like button. If not subscribed to the channel yet, feel free to subscribe, and I will see you on my next videos. Bye, guys.